For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life. John 3:16. Hello my beautiful sunflowers, welcome to my channel. My name is Unbrelievable and you are watching Unbelievable. If you want to learn how I made the shrimp Alfredo tortellini, then keep watching this video. I chose the spinach and cheese tortellini by the deveined brand. That's my favorite. I got some Creole Irish butter. I got some Philadelphia cream cheese, some walnuts to go on top, minced garlic, an onion, and half a lemon. I recommend using heavy cream, but I only had half and half. It's the mixture virgin olive oil, garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne pepper, black pepper, parsley, some salt, peeled and deveined raw shrimp, and some Italian style blended shredded cheese. So I'm starting off by chopping up this onion. My knife skills aren't really the best, so don't pay attention to how I am chopping up this onion, but you can always buy the frozen pre-chopped onion instead of actually having to cut up a whole one. And here it is in the pot. I added a tablespoon of olive oil with about a teaspoon of some minced garlic in a pot. I'm gonna let that cook down on a medium heat. And yes, I cook with a fork because it's easy to cook with, but I'm cooking it down on a medium heat for a few minutes until it starts to get brown. And on the other burner, I have 4 quarts of water going at a boil. I added a teaspoon of sea salt and about a tablespoon of olive oil so that the pasta doesn't stick to the pot. And I added some butter to that onion and garlic I had. I added a 1/4 cup of butter, and then I'm going to add 2 cups of the heavy cream. Like I said, I had half and half, so I recommend you use heavy cream. It's going to come out a little better. And then I go in with the cream cheese, and that's 4 ounces. I like to kind of help melt this down. I should let it sit out a little longer. I recommend using some room temperature cream cheese. So let that sit out for a few minutes before adding it to your pot, but it's okay. You can kind of heat it up and help it start melting a little bit. Now I have the water boiling, and once it gets to that state, I like to turn the heat down to about 2, a little bit on the simmer side so that my pasta doesn't overcook, because this pasta cooks in 4 minutes and it's 20 ounces of the tortellini. So make sure you keep an eye on it because it is very easy to overcook this pasta. Now that all of the ingredients for my Alfredo sauce has melted and is simmering, I'm going to add a cup of Italian cheese. And now for the fun part, adding all the seasoning. I added a teaspoon of garlic powder. Then I went in with a teaspoon of onion powder. And we can't forget about the cayenne pepper. And then we added some black pepper, of course. And a secret ingredient I like to use is Old Bay or Creole Seasoning. Either one is fine, but something that has a little bit of salt in it just to give a little bit of flavor. And then I'm going to stir all of that so that it mixes evenly and we get some pretty good seasoned Alfredo sauce. I prefer a thick and creamy Alfredo sauce, so if you're looking for a thicker consistency, you can always add more cheese or reduce the amount of heavy cream used. But if you're looking for a more like liquidy, runny sauce, then you might want to add a little bit more heavy cream and maybe reduce the amount of cheese you use. Once our raw shrimp is finally thawed out, we will add it to the mixture. One tip I have is to make sure that you season your shrimp separately before adding it to your sauce. Then I took the pasta out of the boiling water. I used my colander and just strained all that water out, and then I ran some cold water over it so it can stop cooking, and then I added it to the cheese sauce. And you want to make sure that you gently stir to coat the pasta and the shrimp with the sauce. I was having a little bit of a struggle trying to hold my camera and toss the pasta with the sauce at the same time, but this is pretty much the final step, just making sure that each noodle gets coated with that sauce as well as the shrimp. And it should look something like this. Cheesy, delicious goodness. So good. Now we are ready to serve. I like to top it with some shaved Parmesan cheese. Then I add some parsley and some walnut pieces on top. I've noticed that when I add walnuts on top of my pasta, it gives a nice little crunch and some added texture. But voila, here it is. This is the pasta, y'all. I'll be transparent and say that my presentation skills may not be the best yet, but it tastes really good. Let me know in the comments if you tried this recipe, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in my next video. We out.